4, 3. Okay. All right. Now we got Mr. Sonny Onoo here, coming from Japan. How you doing today, Mr. Onoo?
There's some kind of underground video thing. What is this thing?
Yeah. This is reality check. You're on reality check.
Okay. All right. Okay. So it's not something that's going to go back to Japan, is it?
No. I'd like to be on Japan.
Maybe I can help you out with that.
Oh, really?
Well, so ask away with any of your questions.
Yeah. Okay. You want to start, Dave?
All right. As everybody knows, you are a great manager as of now. Who are you? Who's your hot man right now? Your big wrestler right now.
But right now, we also have, of course, we have Ultimno Dragon, the greatest cruiserweight ever. He's a 10-belt champion. Nobody else accomplished that. Now, currently, Jushin Thunder Liger of New Japan Pro Wrestling is an 8-belt champion, but nobody's going to beat Ultimno Dragon. He's the greatest ever. He have, Dean Malenko, any of those Eddie Guerrero, they don't even cast shadows. So he's one of my great champions. Also, we have Akira Hokuto, who is a women's WCW champion. We have the belt. It's in Japan. He'll probably never come back to America.
Yeah, no, I believe.
Spit it out there, buddy.
I believe Medusa's hot on her trail.
Who?
Is Medusa hot?
Medusa. What is that? She's a Barbie doll.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I call her?
What do you call her?
Peroxide and plastics. Oh no, I'm sorry. Peroxide and falling plastic.
Oh my God, yeah. And you just mentioned Ultimno Dragon. I mean, that guy has most incredible moves. I mean, he is just like over the top. I mean, how long did it take him to win 8 belts or 10 belts, however many belts he has?
Well, the greatest thing about Ultimno Dragon is he can be a mat wrestler who can match up with people like Dean Malenko, who is a great wrestler, and he's his own little world. On his mat, if he gets off the mat, he's nothing. Ultimno Dragon, he's like Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, who can fly, who can do anything, and he's got the size to compete with even the heavyweights. I would predict soon he will be the world heavyweight champion, as soon as we get rid of this NWO thing.
How would you compare the wrestling style of the Japanese wrestlers to the American wrestlers, the Mexican wrestlers, and the European wrestlers?
Well, I think Japanese wrestler is the greatest of all. Mexican, the high flying, the masked wrestlers that they have, which they're great, but they lack in fundamental wrestling and mat. Not to say they're not great wrestlers, but as in general, Japanese probably much more harsher. They work on fundamentals, and much stronger wrestling. But somebody like Ultimno Dragon, Akira Hokuto, who has been famous in Mexico and United States, and of course in Japan, they are the true international champions. So there's no comparison. Now, if American wrestler wants to be great, they need to go to Japan and train. In Mexico. If Mexican wrestler want to be great, they need to come to America and train. But I must say, WCW is the greatest wrestling company. None. That's why we're here, because we want to test ourselves with the greatest and prove ourselves that we're the greatest. And it's obviously we are.
Yeah. One of the great things you've done, you're actually exposing a lot of Americans to some of the greats in Japan. That's kind of your thing. You're bringing a lot of the best that Japan has, and Americans get the opportunity to see this, because you're usually just always over in Japan only.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to be bringing much of the great champions that we haven't even tested the surface that is coming up from Japan. As you know, that there's the 3 great cruiserweight champions in Japan. Thunder Liger, which I had introduced here in the United States. You have Ultimno Dragon, who is my great champion now, and we have people like Great Sasuke. He'll be coming. And we're in negotiation now. So, but if things works out, they'll be coming. And there's a lot of greater female wrestler, which is the greatest female wrestling is in Japan right now.
Definitely.
So they'll be coming too. So people like Medusa, Malenko, Eddie Guerrero, they're not going to be here much longer.
Yeah, it was Bobby the Brain Heenan that had brought you to WCW, wasn't it?
Yes, Bobby. I had so much money. I didn't have nothing to do. All the real estate thing was doing great, and we got tired of buying California and Hawaii. So we said, hey, Bobby, there's something else I can buy? And they say, hey, how about investing your money and buying WCW? So it was kind of funny deal, but then we bought WCW and some of their pro shows. But you know, I find this managing thing very exciting, because in wrestling, with money you can buy anybody.
Yeah. So how long have you've been involved in wrestling? Just a short time, or?
Well, I've been a fan of wrestling and sports for a long time. I lived in the United States for a long time, so I used to follow AWA out of Minneapolis and Greg Gagne and all those famous people from all days. But I befriended a guy named By Masa Chono.
Oh, Mr. Saito.
Oh, yeah. Who is the greatest, the most famous Japanese wrestler in the United States. And what I love about Masa Chono is that he was such a furious competitor. And you know, Masa Chono will go into from town to town to town in all days. And this is a great accomplishment nobody have done since then. They would go to a small town and they would advertise, anybody who could beat me in the ring will give you $5,000. And they would go to town to town. They would get, you know, Mason City, Iowa, to Dubuque, Iowa, to, you know, Omaha, Nebraska. And they had big old farm boy who've been playing with their cows and pigs all day long. And they would come out and try to take on Masa Chono. And these were strong boys. But of course, there was no match for Masa Chono. But just imagine, right now, could you take any of our great wrestlers, like Lex Luger, who is too pretty to wrestle anymore, but you take somebody like that and put him in that situation, he wouldn't last a day, a minute. That's why I love Masa Chono, because he's a real deal.
Now, what do you think about the NWO, and especially what Masa Chono did to you?
Chono made a big mistake, because I was negotiating with New Japan and NWO. You know who made the biggest mistake? Not Chono. That Eric Bischoff. Remember, it's a ythe. It means you have harmed my family, and I'll pay you back for this. Then after that, we'll go drinking.
That's great. Now, you also were handling Bull Nakano. What's she doing?
Bull Nakano had a slight knee injury, so she's getting that taken care of. We hope to see her soon. But right now, I must concentrate on our champion, Akira Hokuto. There's many women wrestlers coming to WCW now. There's that short little lady who's beating up all the guys named Jackie.
Yeah, she looks like a very serious threat.
Yeah, he's a threat to boys, but not to my champion Hokuto. Jackie, she's strong, she's furious, but we'll see what kind of mat training she has in a ring where it's a fair fight. She's been taking cheap shot at the guys. We'll see what happens to her then.
So hopefully she won't take any cheap shots on you. I guess your champion will protect you, I hope.
Oh, of course. My champion will protect me because we're soulmates, see? I just don't buy these people, and I just don't manage them. We're soulmates. So they'll protect me just like I'm their own.
Yeah. Okay, you got anything you want to throw in, Dave?
Well, I first of all want to know, in terms of managing, when you look at a wrestler, what exactly catches your eye, and what exactly do you look for?
Well, obviously, the championship quality in a wrestler is very important. They cannot just be great wrestler and great entertainer, but they must have that one step, one quality that within them that he goes beyond to become the champion. They have to want it more than life itself. Then we go out drinking.
Who've been your role models? Any managers that have been an influence on you that you kind of developed your own style to, or that you kind of look up to as a teacher that you?
Well, they have been great managers in past. Of course, Bobby Heenan, my hero, and you have someone who, like Jimmy Hart, who is one of the current greatest managers we have right now, and of course Sherry Martel, who's here tonight or today. Those are the people I admire, and if I can be spoken in 10 years from now in the same sentences they are, then I have accomplished myself.
It's very great, and as we know where you stand, let's get back to your jacket here.
Sure, WCW. That's where the champion stays.
Has anybody
NWO, they'll be
Go ahead and give me
gone
a
soon.
Get the back here.
Hey,
Get the back.
everybody.
Monday Night Nitro. If you folks have seen it on TNT, is a great wrestling program, right, Sonny?
Huh, the greatest wrestling program. Get it right, buddy.
Yeah. Okay. We got it right. But now let's go out drinking.
That's right. We'll go out drinking now.
Yeah, let's go.
Hey, he buys.